Hey YouTube, I wanted to show you this Dewalt tool backpack because if you're just getting into cars and you think you might go to the junkyard or parts yard or pick and pull one day and you're looking for a good way to carry your tools around, this tool backpack has been a pretty good deal. It is way more convenient than carrying tools in a bag or a toolbox, because once you have this on your back, it leaves your two hands free to carry your parts, right? So I thought I'd go over this backpack, open it up, see what I have in there, and see what we can fit in there. And it can fit quite a bit of stuff. Right now, it probably weighs around 50 pounds. And when I go to the junkyard, I try not to carry that much weight because some of these parts yards are very disorganized. You have to climb over doors and engines and door panels, broken glass, and you can lose your footing quite easily. So if you have a big heavy weight on your back, it's easy to throw out your back. So you gotta be careful, and I try to minimize what I carry in here. So let's look at the outside of this thing real quick. And has some front pockets, another storage here, gloves. Has plenty of storage on the sides for little items, maybe pry bars. Really the most important part of this backpack is the big wide straps, and as well it does have some padding along the back area here. So come along on this side, and this thing does have heavy duty zippers, so I can leave it open here. With a regular backpack and this much weight, you really risk tearing open the zippers, and this thing will hold it no problem. They are quite strong, and they don't really have an issue with getting crossed up or anything like that I have found. And so they have been really reliable, and it's really important. It seems like such a little thing, but once you start carrying a lot of weight, it's easy to pull apart those zippers on just like a cheap backpack. Okay, let's open it up and check out inside. And let's do the front pocket first. Too much stuff. So, can you see that? Alright. Here's the impact sockets. So how I do it, for a lot of the ones that I rarely use, I just bring the short ones and stack them in the box like that, so I don't have to carry the deeps in here. Sometimes I'll throw in a couple of deep ones in the bottom, but these are mostly the ones I use. So and it's less weight to just taking the shorties and just stacking them instead of carrying shorts and longs. Rarely do I need a long 13, right? Or 11. I just bring it just in case. So that's the impact sockets. Then we got the hammer. This is probably my favorite hammer. These lighter weight ball peen that you can swing really fast. And the heavier weight, like the mini sledge, those are useless because at the parts places, oftentimes you don't got a lot of room under the car to swing a big hammer really fast, and it ends up doing nothing. And those work a lot better. Can you see that? Yeah, alright. So, got a ton of wrenches just in case the impact. Like, I impact everything at the parts place, and if I can't, then I have to break out the wrenches. Something like this, I don't need like a 7/8, but I'll use it as leverage on some of the smaller ones. Like this is 17, so I'll just use it as leverage wrench. But definitely need to bring a couple of wrenches. A few. I don't really bring these too often, the ratcheting wrench. They're kind of heavy and don't really use them. This mostly for like the caliper bolts on some cars like the Mazdas, and no, I don't use the impact ones for these. And I have a video of an impact drive socket like this, where it's one piece impact and they just round off the tips and you end up with a stripped bolt. That rarely happens with the chrome sockets that I find, and so I just bring these ones. Screwdrivers, which I probably just use to pry stuff with. Snap ring plier and some cutter. This thing, I don't know what I'd use this for, probably just to hit stuff with. Manual ratchet, you can hit stuff with that too. Another ratchet. This is like a 1/4 inch C-clamp. I think I must have been doing brakes or something. I would not bring that to the parts yard unless I was hitting something with it, I guess. And of course the pry bar. Right? Need a pry bar. Vice grips, some more needle nose, and you need some knives to cut stuff with. Sometimes you have to cut the harness or brake line or something. You're gonna end up cutting something, so you need knives. This isn't the best knife. I find it's not that sharp, but it does work. And it's okay. Let's see. This one is good for cutting open harnesses, like the sleeving. So this works good for that. So let's see. Some extensions, short extensions, and then I'll just stack them to keep them neat in the bag. Let's let's see. Here is the famous swivel joint from the Ingersoll video. And it's still going. If you are worried about its welfare, here it is. Let's see here. Some swivel sockets. These are really useful, especially at the junkyard, because a lot of times you can't turn the steering rack, you can't turn the knuckle because the steering is locked or whatever, or the car's on the ground and you have limited space. So this works a lot better than using the swivel joint. You get a little more space to work with. Let's see. Some deeps. Here's an extra 12. You can't have too many 12s and 10s, as you know. So that's the front pocket, and let's check the back pocket here. So this is the back pocket, and we have the 2767. And you need the big impact. Like if you're gonna go there with like a mid torque or some little impact, you're just gonna be there all day at the parts places I go to, because that stuff is seized up and rusted solid. You're not getting anything off with one of those little, like a mid torque or something like that. You're really wasting your time and money. Just going there thinking it's gonna work, it's really not going to work. And here's the ratchet. I rarely use this thing. I see people use this thing all the time, and I don't. Even in places they can just use the impact, and I don't understand it, but I rarely use this one. And I'll be honest, I like the older one better, the one with the non-fuel. It just felt lighter and smaller. I'm just not a fan of this bigger, the fuel version. And here is a stubby 1/2-inch drive, and yeah, if I don't have to carry like 3/8 stuff to the parts place, it's just less weight. So just keeping like all the impacts 1/2-inch, then that works out best, right? Let's see. So that is all that fits in there. And that right there is around like 50 pounds, right? So that's basically 50 pounds right there. Now, does the Sawzall fit in the back here? And I will show you A lot of the parts yards around here don't allow saws, which is dumb, especially sawzalls, because these things make no sparks at all, and the chance of causing a fire with a sawzall is really low, ridiculously low, and it just doesn't, they're losing so much money not allowing sawzalls. Some do, but some don't. So this sawzall unfortunately will not fit in it won't fit in there. So it won't fit in there, but it'll fit like that. So if you're okay leaving the zippers open, then it'll fit, but it won't fit and close. So that's an important thing to know, because a lot of people want to bring their sawzall, and at the places I go to, it is so useful to be able to just cut stuff off, because there are bolts that you're never going to take off with an impact wrench. But yeah, so sawzall does not fit. I bet you the hacksaw will fit. The smaller Milwaukee handheld will fit. And that is pretty good too. Grinder will fit, but a lot of places don't allow grinders because those can catch, cause a fire. But yeah, so other than that, that's it. And there is no part number on this thing that I could find. There is a tag here, but there is a tag, but DG 5534. I don't know, I'm gonna look that up, but there is no other tag or part number on here. But this is a great bag if you're looking for something to carry your tools with. Anyways, that's it, and thank you for watching.